Hi guys, it's me, just Landriscina again, and for this video that I will be specifically dedicated to New Year's Eve and then consequently New Year's Day, I should be talking about a very famous song that embodies the entire gamut of craziness and chaos. And yes, that does include dogs and cats living together. Complete biblical mayhem. I am talking about the one and only song, It's the End of the World, as we know it, and I Feel Fine. This song is very popular as far as disaster movies go, because there are countless, countless, in these set to this song, considering like disaster movies like 2012, Independence Day, etc. And greatly so because it involves earthquakes, fires, catastrophes, flooding, combat zones, that kind of thing. And I floated the idea about making my own video for it, but it might be copyrighted. It might mess something up on it. But yeah. That has a very special meaning for me. That's why I'm not going to be doing the song, like, Millennium for this year. For the end of the year, I should say. And, yeah, that's more of a special meaning for me. So I will talk about that special meaning behind my choice later on in the video. Right now, let me just talk about the main to do of this thing. So you start with a very nice drum beat to a snare drum, and it's kind of like stand to attention, and it's pretty good because it sets the tone of the main course of the music, and it's somewhat similar to the Coming to Take Me Away Ho, because it's not really a song per se, like a romance song or anything like that. It's more of a comedy joke song, and it's like done like a mile a minute. A little bit less than, say, the Micro Machine Guy, or I would like to hear him, or Scatman John take a crack at that song. Granted, Scatman John is deceased at this point, but it's still pretty funny to hear him singing that. And they reference Lenny Bruce and Leonard Bernstein in the song. So I don't know who those two people are, unless they're referring to the kid in the video. Which, by the way, the kid, or I should say teenager, is playing around in like an old house with dirt floor in it. Quite literally, and it looks like a pigsty. It looks like some disaster or tornado or something rolling through it. And they do mention either a hurricane, but the eye of the hurricane likely will be the comet surrounded by a big storm. So I don't get where that comes from. There's some pure, unadulterated chaos and madness, and I feel fine. Unless that I feel fine could represent the eye of the hurricane, or as I would like to think later on it did something a little more important than that. And let's see here. There's also fires of, I believe, a police force. So the only thing that's really not covered is alien invasion and a zombie apocalypse. But you can play it. There's fire, there's death, there's earthquakes, there's everything you can imagine, noise, whatever else. But also, it's very important to point out that the singers that are singing in the R.E.M band, I don't know if that's short for anything or if that's a kind of acronym for something, but anyway, the band, they go on like a minute to the point that you can't understand them at all. The only reason why I was able to pick up a few things was in the music video, which contains captions to it. And, yeah, that's about it. So everything else is kind of weird and wonky. Kind of like the mess in the kid's room, or in the room that the kid's in, where he practices skateboarding and stuff. Which is actually pretty nice. I had a skateboard at one time too. I used it for therapy purposes before I got destroyed on fire. And he's also got a little puppy dog too. So yeah, it's really pretty nice song. And let's see here. If they repeat the lyric, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. I feel fine. I feel fine. And I wrote it, they repeat it that many times. And the thing is that I like whenever they put whenever they say I feel fine, and in the background you hear the guy say I feel fine. Like it's extra emphasis on the word I feel fine. Or it's like a finale after a big show. It's like, I feel fine. So yeah, I really like that song a lot. Because it's a fun song, and it's very kooky. And it's just so weird to hear so many disastrous things happening at one point in time. It's like they took Thanos' time stone and just froze everything in time. See every disaster all at once, and then combine it all into one song. It's brilliant. And I don't know if they meant for the song to be as big and popular as it is, but for a gag song, it's really funny and really, like I said, really popular for like disaster movies, or say when Peter Griffin got the stroke in the Family Guy episode. Now, speaking of which, whenever my face goes like this, and it's not a stroke. It's because of my facial muscles tensing up too much. Whenever I try to smile on purpose, or whenever I try to, talk after I have a drink or something, take an energy drink or something. So, not any health concern, but strokes are a very serious concern, and I don't think it was right that Family Guy made fun of that. That's my own personal belief, because people can control themselves when they have strokes, kind of like seizures. But that's a whole host of a thing to call it altogether. Now, I've been building up this whole secret meaning behind this song and why I chose it. Well, it's because we're going to New Year, which is, we're going into 2026 from 2025. And there's a certain piece of legislation which will be a disaster for a lot of people. 14 or 25 million people actually, which will be, I think, kicked off medical insurance for the premiums are gonna go up and high. And we all got someone to blame for that. The big orange Trumpster, Donald J. Trump, number 45 and 47 respectively. And he's crazy in this regard because number one, he did the one big beautiful bill, which did a pretty much sabotage Obamacare. And besides it being probably simple language of his big phrase of big and beautiful, as if they couldn't come up with some other more adult terminology for it. It'll also, like many people's lives, probably bring up housing and all that stuff to all the important issues that Americans would have. And another thing that really pisses me off about him is that we don't have enough money for, say, to pay for health insurance for American citizens. When we got money to buy a new golden fleet that will cost like $10 to $15 billion a ship, and Trump wants to buy you start with 2, then you go up to 25 ships altogether. Plus, he's gonna have his $400 million ballroom, and on top of that, he's gonna have a new arch, not the double arches from McDonald's, but a real Arc de Triomphe, modeled after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. And who knows how much that will cost. I estimate that cost $1 billion by itself, but that's for a different day. And yeah, who knows what other type of mega projects he's got in mind for Washington D.C. and America as a whole. Plus, if it does continue with talking about building the wall and stuff, that, and the diminishment of windmills and green energy and all that stuff. So pretty much it's all chaos. It's all chaos brought on by him, his stupid economic policy, and his yes men, which don't limit his power at all. And the fact that the tariffs, which under normal circumstances will be under the purview of Congress, but since we have a bunch of wusses and wimps in office and that kind of thing, it's all up to Trump, being a case of a national security, against the fentanyl crisis and that kind of thing, to impose tariffs on everybody, etc., etc., etc. So basically, it's chaos that he created for himself and the country. So this is where the song comes in, because I think that the whole thing, like everything that he does is like a mile-a-minute type of new disaster, like whatever pops into his head comes in the form of a new crisis for Americans, focused on this. Well, why do this to this department or this part of the country? And you want to give it a FEMA and you want to make everything worse for Americans, all to cover up the fact that he's all over the Epstein files. And I'm sure there are other scandals and all kinds of other stuff there too. But anyway, it might be in the world for Americans, the one that are on Obamacare, and who have a nice, comfortable amount of medical insurance and other stuff too, housing and things like that. But everything will end all the comfort on January 1st, 2026. In any case, and meanwhile, Trump is over there sitting pretty in the Oval Office, or what might be left of it soon if he gets his way. He feels fine. He feels comfortable knowing that he's the architect of America's destruction, pretty much, and chaos and that kind of thing. I just read that there was a terrible flooding in, I think, North Carolina or Arizona. He refuses to fund them to help him out in disaster relief. Shame on him. But I feel fine. In an environment where I create all this chaos and craziness and do or die time and that kind of thing, doggy dog world type stuff, serious issues. That and the fact that he keeps on stealing and attacking Venezuelan ships on the cargo they're in, which is illegal, not just in the United States, but around the world too. So in any case, you got that there. I'm sure he feels fine about that. He wants to keep all that stuff for himself. And the fact that he likes to steal trophies and medals and to clown for himself. But there's also something else about the song too that got me kind of wondering about Trump. And that'd be the band name. The band name is R.E.M, or R.E.M, which is a phase of sleep in which I believe that you just start dreaming, or you are in like your second phase of dreaming at that point when you're in REM sleep, where your eyes dart back and forth while your eyelids are closed. So not only is this the name of the band, but it also indicates sleep, or deep sleep. Something that Trump does very often in the Oval Office during one of his board meetings. Which is funny because you think that Trump will want to be up for those type of things, especially when his cabinet members over there kissing his butt all the time, like people say, "Oh, it's an honor to work for you," or "Oh, you make me feel happy to be in the best office in the whole world and the best presidency," and blah 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 stuff. It's very funny that you try to kiss his ass. He cares so little about you that you end up that he ends up sleeping during it. That's how much he cares about your butt kissing. Anyway, I feel like that song is emblematic of the Trump administration, that he's creating all this chaos, madness, and frustration with the government. Yet they do mention the government in the song too. And he keeps on droning on and on about how it's the end of the world as we know it, or as the poor people know it. And I feel fine. I feel fine. Just like when Trump drones on about the same old thing about him winning the election, and if the election wasn't rigged the first time, there would be no war in Ukraine and that kind of thing. In the fact that he keeps on recycling that same talking points, even when he's talking to children about it. Say what you will about how much you love Trump's his talking points and whatnot, but still, you're talking to children. What the hell do they gotta do with anything when they do politics? They don't care about politics, they don't care about politics, they care about Pokemon cards, they care about cartoons, they care about toys, which is limited, by the way, even though he said that you're free to say Christmas and all that stuff now. But anyway, you feel this is a good thing to represent his reputation, that he feels fine even though he created all this chaos and madness and weakening the government and weakening our position in the world stage. I still have no idea who Larry Birdside is, or Larry Bruce in this scenario, but it's a pretty fun song nonetheless. You always think about earthquakes, floods, natural disasters, and even in the context of the Ten Commandments with some biblical stuff too, with the plague of Egypt and that kind of thing. So yeah, I find that song to be very entertaining. I didn't even know there was a music video to go with it, but apparently there is. And the sheer imagination that goes along with it, with with the whole music videos that go along with that people make, like the movie Volcano, Dante's Peak, Independence Day 2012, a bunch of other movies too. Or maybe if you want to go with more man-made stuff like Chernobyl or Titanic or the Poseidon Adventure, you can still do that with this song too. So yeah, thank you for watching my video on the R.E.M song. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. It's very fun. I don't know why they have the lyric in there. It's 6 o'clock, TV hour. I guess maybe they were implying that they put TV hour at 6 o'clock during dinner time, when the kids and the parents eat dinner and they watch TV at the time. I don't know. My aunt and uncle don't do that. I do that. My father does it. My aunt does it. I don't get why they meet at 6 o'clock. So I usually eat at 7 o'clock. So yeah, this is a good song for this new year, because everything will change when the New Year Day happens. The first, that's when the big beautiful bill comes into play, and boy, it's gonna be really ugly, really ugly. I pray for everyone to get through it. So yeah, I did this for my celebration of New Year's Eve, going to New Year's Day, Doomsday, if you will. And I give the song by R.E.M a happy face seal of approval, because I don't think that they intended the song to become big, to get big, but because it was so catchy and the drum beat is so awesome, this became an icon of disaster movies and just madness in general. Plus the fact that you could probably apply this to a schizophrenic mind, one that goes mom in it, one that always had brilliant ideas right away. One that the one that are impulsive, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying about the present specifically, but in general, someone that shoots off his mouth and doesn't really think anything through properly. It could even be used to describe myself too. So anyway, yeah, for this has to be one of the longest song titles I know of, but it's still pretty good. If you like what you see here, you want to see more of my videos, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on my future stuff and videos by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. And if you want, you can always follow me on Twitter, or actually if you prefer at PMeltonPro. Also, my email is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, have a happy, safe New Year's. Accept this helpful prayer to help us all, because only God can help us now with that madman in the White House. But he thinks he's doing good, and he's so fun about his decisions being A++++. So yeah, I also think that they referred to one of the lyrics as "my credit card declined," so I guess it's a disaster. But yeah, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video, all you girls and guys in internet land. Sayonara and ciao. And this concludes our broadcast day for the year 2025. Good luck in 2026, and stay frosty.